Hey guys, this is Rick Collins from the Jakl Den. Just wanted to let you know we still have these beautiful scarves available. We will be selling these all summer and into next year. As long as we got them, we'll be selling them. They are available via myself. You can either email me at collins.richardw@gmail.com, or you can text me at 214-498-8532. We can set up payment for it. Taking electronic payments. We can figure out other plans if necessary, and you can pick them up for free, or we can send them to you at cost, obviously. But they start at $15, and then we just add that shipping cost on. So if you want to get one of these beautiful ones for next year or to wear this off season, probably in the winter when it gets a little chilly, give me a shout and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks.
What's going on, Den Dogs? Welcome back to a special edition, a tie edition of the Jakl Den podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I am Daryl Keith Hendon, a.k.a. the Fairweather Rugby Fan, your president and your presenter, as this evening we go through your choices for Player of the Year, Forward of the Year, Back of the Year, Returner of the Year, Fan Favorite of the Year, all of them. This evening on the Jakl Den podcast. As you can see the little ticker running alongside there, we do have scarves for sale. Contact Mr. Rick Collins, the Jakl King himself, first cousin removed to Phil Collins. I've heard that on the internet. I don't know if it's true. I'm just repeating what I heard. And obviously through Titan Rugby, we have our official Jakl Den merchandise for sale. Ships everywhere. The scarves we will ship domestically for those. Obviously, the MLR season now null and done as the champion New England Free Jacks were crowned victorious this past Saturday. They're in Chicago. Anybody that had a chance to watch the game got to see the big man Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sorry, I still see that guy, and I still see the guy at LSU collapsing backboards. Like, that's how old I am. I remember him when he was in college still. And obviously the festivities surrounding that. But we are in the off season now. It is a time to announce these winners. The winners for you guys' choice in all of these categories. We had a total of 5 categories this year. Let me make sure I can count right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 categories this year. We will start out with returner of the year. Once again, these guys were selected by you, the Jakl Den. What I always say at the end of these videos, made by the fans for the fans. This was the fans' choice for returner of the year. And returner of the year was anybody that was here last season and also played this season. So there wasn't a wide variety of guys to pick from, but we did have some good returners this year. And I will start off with the third place, the second runner-up, a gentleman that I have dubbed El Bigote. For any of you guys that don't know what that means, El Bigote. Bigote is mustache in Spanish, the handlebar mustache, which there were a couple on the team this year, but only one from last year making his return, and that's Conrad Aurora. He came in third place with 5 total votes. Runner-up to that, another guy who we got to see a lot of this year, one of the few Americans, unfortunately, that got regular playing time, with a score of 6 votes, and that would be Campbell Soups Johnstone, or Sopa in Spanish. Soups Johnstone with 6 votes. And the winner, my Safa Canadian brother, Edmonton, Alberta's own Dewey Kutsia. I just have to say, obviously, with the winning try and our first ever victory this season over the Arrows of Toronto, very, very proud of that guy. I did an interview with him and Liam last year. He's a bit of an awkward dude in front of the camera, but if you talk to him on social media, he is one of the nicest blokes you will ever meet. Quite possibly one of the nicest guys. Very, very shy, likes to smile, just a good kid. If you ever got a chance to talk to Dewey, he's one of the nicest guys on the team. And, for a guy that was backing up a 60-plus cap veteran of the URC, which, for those of you that are not familiar, URC is one of the premier competitions in all of rugby in the world. For a guy that did not come from that and to hold his own against that right there alone was, I think, the key to his winning the returner of the year. The newcomer of the year category, this was a highly contested one here. We went from single-digit votes to double-digit votes real quick on the newcomer of the year because there were so many this year. And the runner-up was the gentleman I dubbed El Granjero, which is the farmer in Spanish, Geronimo Gomez Vara, with 13 votes. For those of you who want to know why I call him that, so a farmer will plant seeds. Geronimo would plant guys on their butts. So he was the farmer of planting guys on their butt. So he was the runner-up with 13 votes. And no surprise here, with 19 votes, not all, and it wasn't just his family voting for him on this category, Danny Hot Wheels Christensen. Danny is currently overseas. Any of you guys that follow him on social media, apparently his phone got stolen. He offered a gentleman a cell phone to take a photo. The gentleman grabbed the cell phone and vamos, he left with his phone. So hopefully he gets a new phone back and he's enjoying his off season. I think he's in England right now, funny enough. Then we get to forward of the year. This is anybody that played numbers 1 through 8 on their uniform, boards only. And we had 3 guys that finished in the top 3. Coming in second runner-up in third place was Juan Pablo Zeiss, the former Puma, the former Houston SaberCats, with 4 votes. Coming in just ahead of him with 7 total votes, the Namibian Nightmare, as I'd like to dub him, but he's not. He's such a nice guy. Currently in Namibia, working with Coach Alistair Katsia, getting ready with Namibia for the Rugby World Cup. I know they have a couple of warm-up games before that. I believe they play Uruguay or Chile in a warm-up game, possibly playing against former hooker Augusto Bom from last year. And that would be Adrian Boyson. Such a nice guy. I wish him nothing but luck in France. Led the league in tackles this year. And the winner, and a multiple winner, oddly enough, this year, with 10 total votes. I want to call him Mr. USA or Captain America, Sam Gola, the future USA Eagle. I think even from game 1, obviously a first overall draft pick in the MLR draft, you expect certain things. Sam delivered above and beyond what our expectations as Jakl and board members and rugby fans. He delivered more than what we expected. He came in as a flanker. He played lock. He lines up against the likes of world-class locks throughout this league, and he looked like he didn't bother him one single bit. Cam Dolan in the preseason game, Cam Dolan, a veteran USA Eagle, Sam just acted like it was just another day for him. Just another day. So Sam Gola, your forward of the year. Congrats, Sam. Then we move to positions 9 through 15. These are the backs. This is anything from a scrum half to a fullback. And tightly contested at the top here. A single vote separated the first and second place. Coming in third place, Campbell Soups Johnstone, another guy that was there all year. You just saw him. He played a lot. He played his butt off. Ended up with the scrum cap on and did very, very well. Coming in second place, a gentleman I mentioned just a few moments ago, Hot Wheels Christensen himself, Danny. Especially towards the end of the season when he got to start, we saw the difference on the team. And I think everybody saw it, not just us rugby aficionados or rugby pundits. We saw the difference that I say young man, he's 33 years of age, but we saw what he brought to the team when he came onto the pitch. And we saw how he changed things overnight. So he ends up in second place by a single vote. Your back of the year, Thomas Milanos. The 2-try scorer in, I believe, week 8 or 9. Thomas, I really hope we get to see him back next year with Thomas Kubia. For those of you who don't really know the game and don't see the nuances of it, Thomas Kubia was easily the best center we had for the last 2 games of the year that he played. The combination of him and Milanos at center is a world-class combination. You can win in this league with those guys at center. Kubia, we didn't get to see a lot of him. Obviously, he didn't show up until the very end of the season. If we can get both of those guys back next season for a full schedule, you will see major differences at center. For us, we have a world-class duo with Kubia and Milanos at center. And then having the likes of a guy like Luis Satama who can come off the bench in relief of those guys, or a guy like L.A. Torres who can also play center position, we'd be set at center if we can get these guys back next year. So hopefully, Thomas, you are enjoying your off season down there. I believe he says he lives in Rosario. Maybe he lives in Cordoba. I totally forgot. I apologize, Thomas. But you are the back of the year. Congratulations. Now we get to the two big ones, the two big categories that had quite a bit of votes. These were the ones that I think a lot of people really, really went out and looked at. And other than Newcomer of the Year, these are probably two of the most voted on categories. And that would be fan favorite and last but not least MVP. So we're going to go ahead and go with the fan favorite first. Now this one, I've got to give props. Obviously, we'll start out with the third place guy that came second runner up, and that is Alex Tucci. And I don't disagree with that 100%. Alex Tucci is probably not just the ladies' favorite, but the dude's favorite. You can follow him on Twitch. We've got a couple of guys. One of the guys on the Jakl Den board now plays video games with Alex on Twitch. Alex Tucci is one of those approachable guys. He's always been approachable since day one. Obviously, any of you guys that follow me on my personal blog, he was my first Jakl interview I ever did. And Alex from day one has always been the nicest, just easiest guy to talk to. From the boogie down Bronx, Italian as the day is long, long hair, big guy, former football player. Obviously, he's down in South Florida doing his thing in the off season. Hopefully, he doesn't just stay in South Florida and play for Miami next year. But Alex Tucci is a veteran of this league, 50 caps, obviously playing the majority of his career with Utah Warriors before coming here. The lone American starting front row player for the Jackals on opening day of 2022. Yeah, I was there in Austin. And Alex has been one of those guys that the fans have just liked since day one. And I can't blame him. Just a good working class, blue collar, hardworking rugby player. So he is the second runner up, third place finisher. The next one, a name I have already brought up in multiple categories here, and that's Hot Wheels Danny Christensen. Danny, what can you say about the guy? Everybody loved him. Same kind of, I had brought up Danny and Alex on my personal blog, being how like the most popular guys on this team are not the guys with 10 plus caps for Namibia or caps with Argentina. It's like the blue collar guys that don't have any caps for the USA because they're just good, easily approachable guys. And, Danny Christensen's definitely that. Good family, good background, just easy guy to talk to about anything. Now, the winner of this category, no surprise, as the Gray family and Mama Gray bringing droves of people to the Jakl Den Facebook page. Aaron Gray, man, the fan favorite, and I can't disagree. Aaron did get a lot of playing time this year, but just a solid dude, and now a North Texas resident. Yes, him and Rosie, the smoke show herself, they are now living in Dallas. They are Dallas, Texas residents, and I think Texas just got a little bit cooler with those two now living here. If any of you guys haven't ever seen those two, they are probably, if there was a couple of the year vote on this page, they easily would have won the category. Rosie and Aaron are like the perfect combo of people. Rosie's very sweet Dominican girl, kind of the model bombshell kind of thing. Aaron, just the shy, kind of just good kid that you could just tell is all about that physical fitness. Doesn't matter what he's doing, whether it's putt-putt or bowling. He just wants to see his name across the top with winner next to it. That's Aaron Gray. That competitive spirit that you love to see, and just anyone, and just a nice, good guy to talk to. Comes from a great family. Any of you guys that saw Mama Gray, Tracy out there, I mean, she's live, man. When she comes around, when the Gray family is around, because it's live when they're around. And that was the rain-shortened DC game. And that was just an enjoyable time. So, yes, Aaron Gray running away with the fan favorite vote for this season. Now we get to the final category of this year's awards selection ceremony, and it would be the most valuable player. Now, this one got pretty lopsided for this one. I only have the top two guys, and the runner-up is Juan Pablo Saiz, the former Los Puma, former SaberCat, and really the anchor on our front row this year. I said things about, Dewey Kutsia, obviously Nicholas Revel-Pitt before he got hurt, Connor Robinson, Liam Murray, Tucci, Herman Achenbach, limited support. I call Argentinian Italian, Thomas Boravale, very, very nice guy, all nice dudes. And JP Saiz coming up with the runner-up. And the big one, the final one here. Looks like another multiple winner here. And Rookie of the Year, no question, Sam Gola. Congratulations, Sam. You have a long future of rugby ahead of you. You are absolutely amazing as a rookie. Played every single game. The combo, I can't go without saying your combination partner in Lucas Burr. If you don't follow those guys on social media, they were constantly messing with each other. And that's what you want to see in a locking combo. You want to see locks that live together, that eat together, that hang out together, that mess with each other. Because they need that ability to know where the other one is at. And when we had the fracas in the final game of the season, you saw who was in the middle of it. It was Lucas and it was Sam. And when Sam was being messed with, Lucas ran up on him. And that's what you need as a locking combo in this sport to have success. You've got to have that perfect foil. And with Sam, that perfect foil was Lucas Burr. So hopefully we get Lucas back. I know we've already re-signed Sam for next season. That boy has a long future in rugby. He will be a USA Eagle. There's no question in my mind. That man will represent the United States in rugby and international play. Absolutely no question in my mind that that'll happen. It's just a matter of time. It might even be this year. With the off season, I do know the USA is playing a couple of games, even though they're not going to the World Cup. And I would not be surprised one bit if you see Sam Gola dressing up and running out for the USA Eagles. And that young man deserves every bit of it because he has been everything that a first-round pick you would want them to be, and then some. So congratulations to Captain America, Mr. USA, living in America by the Godfather himself, James Brown. That was the song that always plays whenever I think of Sam Gola. It's Living in America. That's it. Some of you might remember that from Rocky IV, Apollo Creed. Yeah. So, that's the winners for this year. Just remember next year when we do this, every week we do Man of the Match. We love it when you guys vote. It gets a lot of good talk going, good banter, talking about this team and helping this team grow and succeed. Obviously, 0 wins, 2 wins. I will not be happy unless we're looking at a 500 record next season, 8 wins. That's the bar that I'm setting for the Jackals next year, is a 500 season, 8 wins. Anything less than that, I will be disappointed. But I think that we've planted the proper seeds for that to happen with this team, this coaching staff. A lot of these guys have gone back home. They're playing club rugby wherever they're at. Tincho Elias, Milanos, Kubia, those guys are all back. I'm pretty sure Pedro Imhoff, waiting for his brother. Ako Moroni's brother, unfortunately, he did start this weekend. Any of you guys that watched the All Blacks Argentina game, that turned ugly real quick. I do know that Juan Imhoff will be available when my Springboks take on Los Pumas. So hopefully we'll get to see Pedro's Imhoff's family very, very happy with Juan getting some starting time for the Pumas. But it's the offseason, ladies and gentlemen. It'll kind of slow down a bit through the channel here. Obviously, we do have the draft coming up. There will be some pre-draft videos. We'll talk about possible draft picks, any big changes with the organization, any big signings, any big guys getting traded away. We will announce this stuff on the Facebook page. And if there's anything really worth announcing, we will pop up with another video. But I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed to our channel, liked our videos, shared anything that we've done throughout this season. This was just something when I became the president of this thing that I wanted to get this off the ground. Obviously, if you go back to the quality of the original videos to what they've become now, the quality is night and day different. Obviously, with the backgrounds, the streams, everything, I've been able to get the software to be able to do these things for you guys. And I want to continue to do that. And I want to continue to grow this channel and grow us on social media and grow us and let us become the biggest fan club in Major League Rugby. Let us be the envy of all the other fan clubs in Major League Rugby. And I think with you guys, we can do it, with all of us. So with that being said, once again, this is the Jakl Den podcast made by the fans for you, the fans. These votes were by the fans for you, the fans. And I hope everyone enjoys their summer. And I will talk to you again very soon. Cheers, guys.